then it is okay. Otherwise is also okay. So we are meeting every week. It is for we can say to bring an end to the suffering once and for all, and and awaken to inner peace and happiness. That is why we are meeting. Or sometime if you have a notion, okay, listen to this beer guide, close your eyes, do the practice and be happy. The rest 23 hours I have to live the way I want to live. So we are already suffering. So we want to be guided by the mind that keeps the suffering and sorrow either hidden inside. Sometimes you see that at home. Okay, I don't want to talk, otherwise it will, the fight will start. So better not to talk. So even if I don't talk, I'm suffering. Do you agree with me? So if we don't want to remove that, it's okay. Every so so that is what we have. I think last time we have understood in the last session that what makes us suffer. What makes us suffer first is the mental dirt. Whether you say emotional dependence, mental dirt, and it has an element of emotional dependence. And that emotional dependence comes from the desire, and the desire has an element of expectation and craving from the world outside, where this peace and happiness are absent. So I am seeking peace and happiness from where it is not. That is what we did last time. So, first is the mental dirt. Second is we start experiencing we are worthy of suffering. Why? Mahani doesn't listen to me. He or she is not doing the way I want him or her to do. Why the hell the fire department has built their fire department just outside my home? So I'm claiming that I'm worthy of suffering. So, now, you see the fact of life. And the second thing that our behavior, attitude, and actions almost, if I, sorry to say, it becomes disgraceful. I love my honey, but why you did this? You see the disgraceful. I love a person and I react. This is what the disgraceful. So I'm not able to keep the mental calm within myself. Huh? So this is so today's lesson based on this that how to live wisely. Are you wise? Yes, I'm wise. I wake up in the morning and I go to restroom and then I prepare a cup of tea. You see that? So you are wise because you go to kitchen, not to the bedroom to prepare a tea. So it's the right knowledge. You see, we are wise. Huh? Say yes, I'm wise. I'm wise. That's why I'm suffering. So we dress very well. We spend an hour before in front of the mirror. We are wise. We spend an hour before in front of the mirror. It takes me a minute to prepare myself. I just do it. You will see the same beard, But John has to look at, oh, one hair is left. It's a wise decision, obviously. So, no, I'm just talking about we are wise. So why I say that we are wise in all the worldly affairs? Clear? Say yes that we are wise. Okay, if you are wise, then why you get upset? Here the problem comes. Why your wisdom doesn't work? Before you get angry, before you get agitated, before you react, before you feel that you are blaming and complaining. Did I raise the right issue? Nobody will not dare that. Come on, I'm living wisely. I become angry because you do the thing wrongly. Because you are wrong. That's why I get agitated. Eastern wisdom catches us. Do you understand this point? So, when we are talking about are we living wisely, so that means the mental dirt is absent. I remember no situation, no person, no condition outside can cause me any stress and suffering. No, but if my honey behaves like this, what should I do? Fight with them? If it produces any result? Get educated? We have many other options that I don't want to talk. Are you understanding what I'm saying? We are living wisely in all the worldly affairs. Oh, I have to prepare for my party. Ha ha ha. 1 hour, 2 hours. It's another matter if no one appreciates, then I get upset. So my main thing, what our master says that our hesitation, our upset, our blame and complaint and reaction and sadness proves that we are not living wisely. Do you agree? If you agree, then I can move forward. If you don't agree, that's okay. Don't talk to me. What happened? You see that? We have many expressions. People sometimes fight in front of me, so I enjoy watching them. Especially many couples, they have. I gave at present I have three couples. So first thing I should recognize the disease. When I recognize the disease, then there is a remedy. I have to investigate. So if I don't investigate, you go to the medical doctor, oh, go for 3, 4 investigation, come back to me next week, and then they prescribe a medicine. So if I don't realize, I don't diagnose the disease. Disease is my expectations. Disease is only three: attachment and detachment, sorrow and suffering. And third disease is it is caused by the delusion. What is the delusion? That you are responsible for my suffering. And what is the wisdom? I am responsible for my suffering. You caused the irritation in my mind, but where the irritation took place? In my head, in my mind. So my first job is to remove that irritation in my head. Are you getting it? Not everyone is agitated by others' behavior. It means other is not responsible for my suffering in the world. So understand a point of delusion. Now I have been talking all the time of delusion. I'm not in a delusion. So she's beautiful, and a couple of months ago she told me it's a very bad morning. Very good. Now see, I'll tell you the very subtle areas of the delusion. You may have heard from me the delusion thousands of times in these years, weeks, and months, but understand the delusion. Science also negates the delusion. Forget about Eastern wisdom, forget about this mindfulness and meditation, have a very pragmatic approach of science. Understand that. So she told me it's a bad morning. So I asked her, sun rises every day in the morning. Do you agree? Say yes. Sun sets in the evening. Say yes. Right? So then you wake up in the morning and you say it's a good morning. And you wake up in the morning, you say good, bad morning. You said yes, that is a delusion. That is the biggest problem. I'm not talking of anything of the Eastern wisdom. I'm talking purely of the science. Have you studied science? At least you must have studied. Science says sun never rises in the morning and sun never sets in the evening. Do you know that? It has nothing to do with rising and setting. Do you know that? Say yes. You all are mature, you say yes. So now, because sun rises in the morning and I woke up in the morning, so it is a bad morning. What it has to do with a bad morning and good morning? This is known as delusion. Are you getting it? John doesn't seem to agree. It's science. I'm talking of the science. I'm not talking of Eastern wisdom. Don't believe it. Do you understand? Do you understand that the sun never rises in the morning? So question of bad and the good morning do not arise. It's all problem in my mind. Oh, bad morning, good morning. This is known as delusion. So how we remove that delusion now, understand that part. There is an understanding inside my head. I need not to do any practice. I need not to cover the sun. I need not to do any physical act. That understanding is required, the knowledge is required. Mind instantly says, what? Mind, stop this nonsense. There is nothing like good morning and bad morning because sun never rises, sun never sets. We need only an understanding. The sun will continue to rise in the morning, will continue to set in the evening every day, but my mind is very clear. It has no delusion. It is living in that awareness. You have removed the delusion. Clear? Replace sun with your honey. You always talk. Honey means that anything outer situation, whether it's your parent, your husband, or wife, or brother, or sister, or friends. I'm talking of that. Will you be agitated when you remove that delusion? Now the delusion is gone. This is what the Eastern wisdom is saying. We continue to see sunrises in the morning. We continue to see the blueness of the sky, but the sky is not blue. We continue to see the water in the mirrors, but I know there is no water in the mirrors. Clear? Extend this principle. Mind, hold on. Don't get hesitated over honey. It's a delusion. He or she is not responsible for my hesitation. You live in extraordinary awareness, only then meditation succeeds 24/7. For which we have to contemplate and reflect. Without contemplation and reflection, this is not going to happen. Otherwise, what will happen? 1 hour, goody goody. Oh, beer guy talks very good. I feel very good, peace and happiness. So after a few hours, that peace is gone because I live in delusion. I know you may ask me that attachment does not live with me for 24 hours, but it has already caused an effect in your mind. And that movement, that hesitation in the mind needs an outer condition, maybe outer person, to trigger, to get upset. That is what the delusion is. Are you getting it? Say yes, even if you don't get it, it's okay. Oh, we learn it slowly, slowly. It takes time. I spent 26 years with my master. She started, don't scratch your head, it will not go. It will go inside only by contemplation and meditation. When you choose to live, when you are determined that I want to live in peace and happiness. Now come to the Eastern wisdom. We have understood sun never rises in the morning. So I negate that thought that sun rises in the morning or sets in the evening. There is no east, west, south, north. It is just used for the matter of convenience. Do you know that? There is no north and south. And when I say I'm not the body, understand you are not the body, you are real self. You say, okay, for 1 hour I will understand, but 23 hours I always live that I'm the body. Now I'm linking it. Very pragmatic approach. The same thing. Science negates what is false. Eastern wisdom educates us what is false in me. I'm not the body, I'm not the breath, I'm not the mind. I am real self, I am the peace and happiness. So any sorrow and the suffering, mathematical equation, any sorrow and the suffering is equal to I am the mind, let my mind feel bad, that is projection, plus a person outside, plus delusion. That is suffering. Are you living wisely? Oh, that's why I'm suffering. That is why I used to give an example. The Bill Gates lived loveless life for 27 years, as if his nature is suffering. That is why he continued, I'm very sad. So he was very happy being sad. Are you making fool of the people? Do you see that? We will understand gradually that suffering do not exist at all. It is non-existent. I'm not deviating from the topic. So any sorrow in the suffering has an element of expectation, attachment in the mind. Then the mind claims you are the mind. So mind gives you an experience by projection. That projection is delusion. That is the reason I'm suffering. Remove the projection, remove the expectations. See if the suffering exists. Remove the delusion in a desert that there is a water. You have an understanding inside your head that here is a desert. We see the water in the mirage. We see the blueness of the sky. We remove the delusion that sun never rises, never sets. It is continue to go. It will continue to happen. Every day we wake up in the morning, we will see the morning sun. But my understanding is clear. Are you getting it? Knowledge is clear inside. So you wake up in the morning, you see your morning sun, that is your honey, you are not affected. If you are affected, then suffering. Do you see clarity? Very clear. You should be very clear about this. Whether it's a person outside, situation outside, condition outside, relationship. My master used to speak teach us in a very raw manner. Have you seen the elephant continues to walk? They never pay any attention to the dogs that are barking on them. It's a very raw teaching. You make sense of it. I'm not going to explain that. You wake up in the morning, free from the delusion and the suffering, and eyes are open, the honey is in front. You are still in the same state. Why sun never rises, sun never sets. Outer situation, no problem. Do you see that? In your mind, within clarity and understanding, you are free. Otherwise, pleasure. And he says, I'm very sorry. You say, okay, thank you very. That's why I love you. Next day again, same problem. How many times you have tried to say you have said sorry, you have tried to manage your so-called the problem of relationship, and how many times it is managed? Are you free from it? Are you free from it? Say no. I know it. Why should I say you say yes to everything? Because you said no. That's why we are continuing the journey. Do you see? That is what Eastern wisdom teaches. That is the beauty. It says, understand it clearly. When you understand it clearly, then you have a right approach to the life and living, right approach to the life and living with the discernment. You negate the false notion inside your head about the sun, about the sky, about the mirage, about when you drive on the highway, you see the highways is running behind you. Don't you see? So what do you see? Is it a fact? No, it is not a fact. It is a false notion. Same thing happens in our day-to-day life. You have to ask your own intellect, am I living wisely? And I can tell you, once you get a sense of it, you live into that, your your mind jumps. You say, now I got. Peace is permanent. Happiness is always their choice. It happens. What happens? The eureka moment happens. You know eureka? You know the story of eureka. Eureka, eureka. Don't take it literally. Archimedes was taking bath in the bathtub and he ran outside naked. So don't take it literally. Eureka in the mind. Oh, you get it. You are there. You see, this is what the peace is. And where? It is inside me. It is inside. Thank you for listening to me. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed and the body is comfortable. Adjust and align your body. Just align your body. I always talk about being comfortable and being carefree. Always remember, one day, at least one hour every day, you just find out those moments when you feel your body is settled. Settled means there is no unease, there is no duality, conflict, and you are settled comfortably. So, in order to settle, I created an instruction for it, and perhaps you remember. You look at the neck joint, be there, feel. So, feel means you experience the sensation in the neck joint. Why you feel the sensation in the neck joint? Because now the mind is consciously aware, consciously knowing the neck joint. We know it habitually. Habitually means attachment, detachment results in suffering. Suffering causes the delusion. So the cycle continues. Are you aware of what I am saying to you? Or are you aware of lot of thoughts that is running in your mind? Choice is yours. So feeling an experience of sensation, comfort and steadiness. Mind on the shoulder joints, being there, feeling again. So we go back to the sensation, comfort and steadiness. We need not to be in a hurry. When you want to remove the false notion, you are aware, you want the right knowledge, and you want to remove the false notion. You negate it the way the science negates. Science negates the earth is elliptical. Have you seen the earth is round? Nobody has seen it. That knowledge, you are settled, body is settled comfortably, and that can only be done by awareness. There is no practice as such. Even the sleep is not a practice. So move the mind on the entire body from the top, all the joints, the neck joint, shoulders, elbows. When I move the mind, when you move the mind on elbows, you feel the sensation. Fingers, hip joint, knees, ankles, toes. If you have a feeling of the sensation, comfort, and steadiness, you're there. So why I tweak every time all these steps, one day you will pick up a particular instruction. The mind will inspire you to remain settled with the body. What it means? You are doing anything in a state of being comfortable. So the false notion will be removed. What is that false notion? I'm tired, I cannot do it today. I have a headache, I cannot. No, you must do it when you have a headache. That thought will emerge into your mind. That is the meaning that you are settled. Body is perfectly settled in the comfort. This is what Eastern wisdom says. And then being carefree. All these thoughts enters into the mind. It always has an object of the world outside. So what you say to the mind, let any thought come and go. I'm not the part of the thought. I'm separate from it. You're like a guard on a gated community who watches people going in and coming out. That is all. That is the meaning. You are carefree from what the mind offers you. What the mind offers, 99% the mind offers to get upset, to get agitated, to have a thought pertaining to expectation. I feel this sorrow inside, but I hold on to it. I continue to live in delusion. So these thought causes all this. Very good. Then we have been doing, these are the impurities of the mind. So we say that let us start the short and the quick breath. Body is steady. Body is remain steady. One thing, you are breathing short and quick, and gently you are dropping Om Shanti inside the heart. The three things you are aware of. Do not stop in the. If you stop in the middle, that crazy mind wants you to stop. No, no, but I feel unusual sensation in the head. It's okay. Provided you're not suffering from blood pressure. And then otherwise you can continue even if you feel the change in the sensation inside the head and the body. Just continue. And stop this. Just experience the sensation. All these sensations are refreshing, so no issue. It is going to bring the restfulness in the body and the mind. It brings a kind of relaxation. And now start breathing little deep, silent and slow. What is that deep, silent and slow? When you inhale, the belly goes out. It is one breath, the chest, rib cage also expands. When the you exhale, the belly goes in, the chest goes in, and in one breath. In one breath, both the belly and the rib cage moves. Now, in order to sink and move the mind within, as you inhale, you start singing in your mind, Om Shanti. Inhalation ends. During exhalation, Om Shanti. I made the step even easier. Just two-pointed awareness. The moment you start inhaling, Om Shanti. The moment you start exhaling, Om Shanti. Naturally, your mind goes to the belly during inhalation and exhalation, and then moves to the ribs. You inhale deep, silent, and slow. With the Om Shanti, continue. Now do nothing. Bring your mind on the breath. You do need not to change your rate and the rhythm of the breath. Keep looking at the breath that is going in and coming out. First point. You feel the sensation of the breath inside the nose. Second point. Third point, do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Why? Because I want to move into a natural state. And what is the natural state? We discover. That is why the Buddha, not Buddha, Buddha always advocated there is no need to change the rate and the rhythm of the breath, only the breath awareness, not the focus on the breath. Focus means effort. Effort means the mind is not pure. Mind is not pure means we are still suffering from the three diseases that we discussed. So normally people feel as if, oh, Buddha said focus on the, you get some relaxation, but then you don't progress. You remain the same. It's a natural state to be aware of the breath, or even if I say you do nothing, or there in the field of awareness, the mind keeps looking at the breath, not to the other thoughts. If that is so, you are there. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, Charlie?
I became very, very still right at the end. I was present throughout the meditation, but at the end, I just dropped into this different place and I felt a stillness.
I could see that your voice also becomes very calm and soft. That's really a good, very good. How are you, John?
Hey, Girish. Well, I experienced something similar to Charlie. There was a period there, maybe of a few minutes, I don't know, where everything was so silent that I thought maybe I had lost the connection or something like that. But
Oh,
yeah, good.
that's a good practice, good experience. You are responsible, no one else. How are you, Sophie?
Hi, Girish, everybody. Yes, I am. I am good. I know that I blocked out, but I came out of the block and I was very calm
Very,
and very still. And yes, I'm very calm.
very calm, very good. You remain calm like this all the time?
More often than before.
John had a big laugh.
It's true. It's more often that I'm calm.
Okay, that is good. More up. So you have started living wisely. Very good. How do you mean?
I feel very peaceful and very still.
Very peaceful and still.
Oh,
You see that the entire session we talked about it, we discussed how the mind start living foolishly, if I say so. So the moment the mind stop living wisely, it is because of those three diseases. And once the mind is clear about it, followed by the practice, it brings about a deeper experience. So both the knowledge and understanding at the same time, practice both are required. When once a week I'm busy. So that is why I send you the audio files. No, 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 I should not tell you that thing. Any question? So start living wisely this week and see what happens. Thank you.